Hey guys, it's Matt Mrozik, aka MVM3897. Sorry about the last video. I got cut off towards the end of my tutorial. The hard drive on my camera filled up. So I didn't get to really finish the tutorial, but hopefully you get the idea of how I completed the shading on the parts on the Xeku Zwei like this. And this is going to just be a little update before I do the hand painting on the Xeku Zwei. Just to kind of show you where I am. I haven't done any work on it this week. It's been really busy, so which is okay because it's been really cold out, and I sprayed everything with gloss coat a few days ago in prep for all my pin washes and hand painting. So with it being so cold out, it's probably a good idea just to let everything dry and cure really well before I start doing that. I do have some brush touch-ups to do. I've been handling the kit quite a bit, so you can see right there, there's a chip there I've got to take care of. So there's a lot of little nicks and scratches that have happened just from handling the kit so much while I paint it. Typically I don't pre-assemble too much of a kit until it's all painted. With the master grade kit, I'll paint each individual part, I'll put them on the skewer, and those parts will not come off the skewer until I put decals on. Unfortunately with something like this you do have to kind of assemble as you go, and things just kind of get dinged up every here and over the course of doing that, but you know, we'll brush touch everything, and once it's all flat coated, and then it'll look really good. So as I mentioned, I sprayed the clear coat a few days ago, and for that I just used testers because I was out of Mr. Color Super Clear, and I was waiting for my Playmo color order to arrive, which came today. I'll do another video on that. So I just used testers clear coat, and I really like the dull coat out of the spray can, and I used that for the longest time. It's the flattest top coat that I have found, even flatter than Mr. Color Flat. The only problem with the Testors dull coat that is very susceptible to fingerprints, so it's really easy to mar, but I just really like it, and it kind of helps my shading really pop. So in this I just used the Testors clear coat, and out of a spray can I just used it on my airbrush, and I put on several very wet coats, and hopefully you can kind of see that. Now, with this being resin, it's not going to be super slick, the same as plastic, but it does have a shine enough to do a pin wash and a hand painting. So hopefully you guys can see that. There's the head. This entire part of the kit is now epoxied together. This is one part. And I did that mainly for shipping purposes, but this has all been glued together. Hopefully again you can see that in my light. But you do see it has a shine to it. It's not super slick, and that's for two reasons. Partially because it's resin, and even though I've sanded everything down and primed it and everything, resin tends to soak up paint. And another reason is just because of my shading technique. When I go through and I do the really quick spraying like this back and forth to blend everything in, the paint doesn't go on real slick. It kind of dusts over, so that creates a little texture. So when you gloss coat it, that's going to kind of show through, and I'm okay with that because by the time I flat coat it, you won't see any of that. The only time I ever try to do a really slick paint coat is if it's going to be a glossy surface, like that first Ananjo I did. I just put the paint on real wet and let it slick out. So let me take the camera off the tripod to show you the pieces where they are right now, and I did post some pictures on the forums of where everything's at. And I'll show you the paints I'm going to use for the hand brushing, and I'm going to work on that this weekend and hopefully get decals done, and then the torso will be done. My next step will be to do the I call them the big butt pieces. Let's see, I'll show you a picture. Basically, these two big spots back here towards the back of the kit. Here's a better picture. These two big things right here. I'll do those next. Those have don't have too many pieces, and I think once I get those on, I'll just help stabilize the kit when I work on the arms, because the arms are pretty complicated actually. There's a lot of pieces for the arms, so that'll take a while for the arms. But I have been working like a bear on this sucker. Like I said, I didn't do a whole much this week just because of the I've been busy with work and the holidays are coming up and stuff. But man, I think I did. I got all the torso and the legs and everything painted in about a week, and that was putting in some serious hours. And that's I'm doing that because my client is understandably becoming impatient with me. Not his fault. It's my fault for not working on this as much as I should have. So he's being very nice and very patient and let me just finish it for him. But so far, I think it's some of my best work. A lot of masking. I'm really psyched with the way it's looking. You can probably tell in some of the pictures I posted, it is kind of a two-tone blue like I did the blue Sinanju. So I got like a darker shade of blue and then a slightly lighter shade. And I did that just to kind of help break it all up some more. Because it is such a big kit and I just wanted to kind of help, you know, do something a little different. So anyway, here's where I am right now. And so here I got everything laid out right now. Start hand brushing. Again, these are very small brush. I think these are 00s. That's actually number 3. This is a, it may be like a 0. Here are all the paints I'll be using, or combinate. I won't be using all of these, but this is what I have out. Some Home Roll, which is a really, really good enamel if you never used this. It's in these little tins and it's super thick, so you have to really mix it up real good, thin it down. My favorite Model Masters. It's just, it hand brushes so easily and it's readily available. I will be thinning everything with lighter fluid, and I don't use enamel thinner, even though this is going on top of lacquer. The lighter fluid is less corrosive. I'm going to say corrosive, or less harmful to the lacquer coat. And even though they are two different types of paint, if you rub too hard with lighter fluid, you can rip the lacquer paint. Eventually it will kind of go through a little bit. So there's less chance of that with using the lighter fluid than with using enamel thinner. Here's the sensor guy that goes on the skirt. I've glued this piece back on, so now it's one piece. So this will all get pin washed and little details brushed. So basically I have the torso and the legs here, and then in the bin here I've got some of the other pieces ready to kind of work on, all those guys. So there's the big thruster things. And I did have one more little, and this was such a bummer. I was really actually quite pissed when this happened. You remember when I had this piece on, this whole part back here lifted off when I took the paint off? Well, I sanded that down, reprimed it, and resprayed it, and it worked out fine. And this guy right here, see right there, I had a little peeling issue. And too bad it's right where my blend is. Now I have a little scratch there, that's going to be an easy brush touch. But this is right where the fade kind of goes in and out. So I'm going to have to actually airbrush that, which is not the end of the world, but it is a pain to try to blend the colors and everything match. But it's kind of what happens, you know. A lot of people always tell me how great I am and how I never have any mistakes, but I'm just becoming really good at fixing my mistakes, and I'm really good at covering up my mistakes. I don't have a single kit that I've built where there isn't a mistake somewhere. So it's hard to find someone that may have a kit like that. So that's where I am on that kit, and for now I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to do another video of my new paint order, and kind of explain the whole situation with me and Kyle and my take on that. And anyway, that's the next video. Thanks for looking. Bye.